Sorry for the lack of uploads this week. Don't know what's the matter, but I've been feeling meh on and off since Tuesday. Didn't really get a good night's sleep. On Monday turning into Tuesday, I kept tossing and turning. And then Tuesday night wasn't much different. Just didn't toss and turn. But I also didn't have the best time falling asleep. Not sure what the deal is. Always awkward when someone smokes right before they go to church. Not judging, just always an odd sight. I grew up going to church, so nothing new for me. Seen it on many occasions. Just always looks weird nonetheless, since you don't tend to think of them together unless you're just dropping someone off. But anywho, hopefully it's not COVID. Just came out of nowhere. Whatever it is, it sucked so far. It's not even like 2 days, technically, since I've started feeling it, like after midnight, I guess. I don't know. On Monday turned to Tuesday. Oddly enough, I've had I've been feeling funky. Had very low caffeine intake. Oddly, I have had a lot of energy. Not sure if it's because I've just been sitting in bed all day and only getting up if I have to go to the bathroom to eat or get something to drink, but it's strange amount of energy, which hasn't helped. I think that guy didn't want to be in the video, so he was censoring his face. Never had that happen. Hilarious. Probably not the best idea. He could have just shielded his face. Hopefully, I mean, he was on the sidewalk, but otherwise kind of dangerous. Didn't look like he had his fingers spaced out enough, but maybe he did. Just funny looking nonetheless. Since oddly I've never had it happen. Hoping I feel better sooner than later. Because I was feeling super weak all of Tuesday and regained a little strength yesterday, but still was kind of in and out. But today I feel a little bit better. Felt better yesterday, just the lack of strength sucked. Especially since I haven't done anything or gone anywhere since Monday. So it's not like there's an excuse of any exercise. holding me down. Try to go this way to ignore all the glass, but then I didn't even realize there was a pothole. So that was pointless. Kind of skipped it, but you know, saw it in time. Just that guy walking kind of made it hard. Feels nice to get out. I'm not gonna go too far, just a little cabin fever. Thought it might help to get out a little, especially since the fresh air is always good for the body, you know. Hopefully the angle looks alright. I don't know why, but the last time it was more upright. You could see my face more than what's in front of me. Should have checked my phone with GoPro app, but it only has like, the phone only has like 26%. So yeah, not very helpful. What's anyone's opinion on the whole Will Smith debacle? I feel like it's kind of messed up that so many people are taking Chris's side and acting like Big Willie style is a monster. I guess he has a reputation for being hard to deal with on set in some projects, which just came to light. But still, kind of a rude, unnecessary statement for Chris to make. I feel like neither of them are really on the right if we're gonna be serious, but I feel like can probably go slap him. People are like, oh, he's promoting violence. Like, not really. He just slapped him. Which you could say, I understand, could seem like a big deal, but, you know, making fun of his wife's condition, even if it's not terminal, depending on how sensitive she is to it and their family, probably not the rightest thing to do. Thank you. Especially if Chris knows Will enough that such a thing might be the thing that gets him. I feel like it's not trying to sound like a little kid, I feel like it's a little unfair because like the perpetrator of the joke in poor taste seems to be getting all the sympathy as the victim, yet Will's over here defending his wife when he shouldn't have had to. Thank you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So, I feel like it's easily avoidable scenario on both behalves, but in the scenario, I feel like Will kind of had a justification for what he did, especially since he reframed himself and he just went with a slap. He could have done any number of things. Not, again, I'm not justifying it, but it could have been a lot worse, especially since it seemed like it was out of left field. And like he didn't technically want to do it. Like he was kind of bullied into it by Jada. I thought it was fake at first. Mostly because Chris looked like he was a little too smirky. But I'm sure he wasn't surprised. He's been doing comedy long enough. And he's known to be controversial, so love him or hate him, he always says dumb stuff. Who knows, maybe Will just did it so people would stop talking crap about him being a weenie or too soft or something like that. Even though a slap isn't the best way to go about it in some circles, but be that as it may, being on national TV probably the safest variant, especially since he's a little bigger than Chris. So yeah, it's just my hot take. I feel like it could have not happened or been resolved differently, but I feel like everything I've seen and heard, Chris has been getting too much sympathy, yet he's the one that made it happen. It's kind of strange how it's played out that way, that neither may have been appropriate or right, but a lot of people are saying, oh, it's not that big of a deal. They're being too sensitive because it's not a terminal condition. Granted, it's not a terminal condition, but on the other side, you have to take into effect what she deals with on a daily basis. And then to have it broadcast as a joke on TV, sure, all of us, even if we don't tend to get upset, you know, until we're in the situation, we can talk, saying, oh, they're both being too sensitive. But how would you feel if you had some condition where you lost all your hair and you couldn't do anything about it, and you just decided to rock the bald instead of wearing a wig or such? It really just goes on those kind of standards. How would you feel if it was you? You can say it's not that big of a deal, but you don't know. So that's why I thought it was a little bit of a cheap shot and a little too negative, since he could have done anything about anyone else. Especially because from what I found out, I think I knew and just forgot, but I think Chris and Will have had beef for a while, so that didn't really help. A little antagonistic. Of course, all comedians are annoying and such, but you know, sometimes they still gotta draw the line. Very exciting content, I know. Just can't get away from the story since people still keeps popping up everywhere, since I haven't gone anywhere since Monday, as I said. So you know, not much on my mind. I'm gonna cut the clip here and go home. I'm feeling kind of meh again. Like, share, subscribe. Hopefully I'll feel better sooner than later. See ya. Well, that was bizarre. Right after I turned off the camera, I went a few blocks. I went to take a right to get off the sidewalk and go on to another one. And there was these two ladies of the evening. Wasn't the problem, since, as I mentioned a few months ago, they work along there. The street I was on when I stopped. The odd part was, neither of them heard me, and they were too focused on this guy that haven't had his window down. Neither of them looked, I guess because they didn't hear. I guess because this wasn't going, because I was going slow enough that I was making any noise, so I didn't use my bell. But that was strange. But the stranger part was, one of them just had a thong on and like a sweater. I guess it happens, but I hadn't encountered such, so it was more of a strange sighting, since usually they tend to wear a little more. They'll leave a little to their imagination. Possibly silver tops won't harass them as quickly if they have maybe something revealing on that's tight and skimpy, but not really showing anything off. Well, that was an interesting one. But I almost took them both down on accident. For whatever reason, neither of them decided to look when they were walking in the streets. It tends to happen a lot here. Alright, that's all. Bye.